Lake Mike Armor. As promised, we are going to go over this huge, massive HVAP table, and I'm just gonna turn the camera around here real quick and just kind of go through it and dictate what's what, so maybe it gives you a better understanding of it. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's dive into it, and I apologize for the obtuse camera angle. This is about the best I can do, given this is a cell phone and a microphone stand. So going across, the top here, obviously country of origin in Germany, Britain, America, Russia, and Italy. Gun size, or simply just the gun, and all the guns are listed that we have set up. These are the range increments. All these numbers here are the various penetrations at range, with, of course, heat being a shaped charge. Projectile penetrates what it penetrates, regardless of range. DOA, standing for date of availability of when that particular, we've determined that particular round was available for action. I'm going to skip over rounds real quick and go to qualifier, and for the most part they're all +1, which means you need to roll one additional higher on your qualifier to hit. The exception being the British 2-pounder, 6-pounder, and 17-pounder are a +2 until the first of 45, and they go to a 1. Now, rounds. For the purpose, what we've done, for the purpose of buying HVAP, and I guess now heat, we haven't really done heat yet, this is a new thing for us, but for the purpose of buying, you buy a box of high velocity rounds. In that box there will be between 2 to 4 rounds depending on the gun. And how that was how we determined that was the penetration and viability of said round. So the smaller guns, like here the German 20 and 37 millimeter, they'll have 4, along with the short barreled 50. The long barrel 50 gets 3, and then as we go down to, like, there's the Panthers gun, 75 L70 gets only 2. And so for every 5, so that'd be for every 5 points that you spend, you would get 4 rounds of high velocity for a 37, 3 rounds of high velocity for a 50 L60, and 2 rounds of high velocity for a 75 L70. And that is how that works. Same thing all the way down. Now, of course, there's some of them like this, the high velocity for the mouse, should you decide to play the mouse, right? You get 1, or its corresponding, I believe there was also a standard gun, gun tube, like an anti-tank gun, that was a 120 L55. I might be mistaken. And same thing, the British 20-pounder Mark III, also a 1. Now, real quick, the Little John adapter. There's nothing. The Little John adapter was an adapter for the British 2-pounder. And the adapter itself costs 15 points per adapter, and they can be affixed to, if you so choose, any 2-pounder tank. They were only ever put mostly on armored cars, and I believe the Tetrarch that we found thus far, maybe 1 or 2 others. Again, there's the historical factor, and then there's simply the gameplay factor. Also, the 2-pounder, this was the high velocity round, was, when it was issued to the anti-tank gun crews, but you can choose to ignore the historical precedent, and because it would have fit the tank guns just fine. And who's to say that the tank crews didn't beg, borrow, steal some from the anti-tank gun crews and use them accordingly. So it goes all the way down. The Italian, you see the Italian page is largely high explosive anti-tank. They were kind of real big pioneers of the heat round. So there it is, and hopefully I've explained, answered any of the questions you might have. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know here in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them for you. So as always, have fun, happy wargaming.